Good morning, y'all. I think I kicked myself off. Good morning. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing this morning? Let's see. Let me get to my live chat. Hey, Dawn. How are you doing? I'm going to give her a wrench. Mike, Deborah. Good morning. How are you doing, Deborah? Give Deborah a wrench. She's a good lady. How are y'all doing? Did everybody have a good Sunday? Y'all, pour you a strong drink of coffee, whatever you drink in the mornings, because we got some weirdos to talk about. The news, the true crime news, is full of weirdos this morning. The first weirdo we're going to talk about is Sherri Papini. I think that's how you say her name. There was some kind of documentary on HLN the other day about her, but I didn't get to watch it. I meant to watch it. Anyways, we're going to be talking about her. In 2016, she done an abduction hoax. Guess that's how you say it. She faked her own abduction. She starved herself. She went through all kinds of things to make it look like that she had been abducted and held against her will. She even branded herself, guys. Here's the kicker. You want to know where she was at? She was at her ex-boyfriend's house, hiding out. Hey, Shay. How are you doing, sweetie? That's where she was at. Finally, the FBI used some DNA or something that they got from her, off of her, and it tracked it to her ex-boyfriend. Anyway, she's been found guilty. When the truth finally came out, her husband filed for a divorce. But here's the thing. People believed her at first. They must have, because she got $30,000 from some kind of victims thing that you can file for. And she's going to have to pay that back. Hold on, people. Don't be messaging me. Hold on a minute. I'm going to have to cut my ringer down. We're going to take a look at that. She's getting ready to be sentenced, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hey, Clancy, let me message my mom back so she won't be calling while we're trying to do this. Hold on. Okay. So she's getting ready to be sentenced, y'all. And she doesn't want jail time. She doesn't want any jail time. She wants to do it at home. She's saying, like, she's got a lifetime sentence of shame and stuff. Hey, but whose fault's that? Whose fault's that? Look what she done to her family. They called her a super mom, right? Here she is. They called her a super mom, I guess, doing, soccer mom and all this, married, 2 beautiful kids. And for a year, she plotted her own kidnapping. I really don't know why she done this, unless it was she just wanted out of the marriage and didn't know how else to do it. This damn sure wasn't the way to do it. Did I say hi to Mike this morning? Good morning, Mike. Okay, a California mother who claimed she was kidnapped and tortured for 3 weeks in 2016, but was actually staying with an ex-boyfriend 600 miles from her home, is due in court for sentencing Monday. Sherri Papini pleaded guilty in April to 2 counts of mail fraud, making false statements that led to thousands of man-hours searching for her alleged kidnappers, and to her receiving $30,000 in victims' compensation. The plea agreement calls for 8 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release. But Sherri's attorney says the shame and embarrassment of what she did is enough, and has asked for 1 month in prison and 7 months under house arrest. No, hell to the no. Her ass needs to go to prison for this and send a message to the other weirdos not to be pulling hoax like this. That's her own fault that she has shame and embarrassment. She brought that shame and embarrassment upon her own self. I don't feel a bit sorry for her. Prosecutors asked last week that the senior U.S. District Judge William Shub give her the full sentence. Amen. A lesser sentence, such as the 1 month of imprisonment recommended by probation or home detention in lieu of incarceration, is not sufficient to achieve the purpose of sentencing, the prosecutor wrote. Absolutely. Sherri has also been ordered to pay more than $300,000 in restitution to the California Victim Compensation Board, the Social Security Administration, the Shasta County Sheriff's Office, and the FBI. Before her plea, she was facing 34 counts of mail fraud, with the possible sentence up to 20 years in prison and another 5 years for lying to the FBI. And see, the mail fraud, I think it's because she got that victim's compensation. Sherri was reported missing on November 2nd, 2016, found 22 days later, emaciated, with cuts and bruises all over her body. She told investigators that 2 Hispanic women kidnapped her at gunpoint and provided descriptions for a sketch artist. Boy, yeah. Investigators later learned through DNA that she was with her ex-boyfriend in Costa Mesa, far away from the Shasta County home. Shasta, however you say it. The former boyfriend gave investigators information about her stay with him and said the two communicated with one another over prepaid cell phones for nearly a year before Sherri executed her fake kidnapping plan. After Sherri's guilty plea in April, her husband Keith filed for divorce. We're going to take a look at Keith. Let me quit screen sharing and go to this. Let me see what y'all are saying. Get my phone here. You did say, Mike, I can't remember who I say hi to. My memory has gotten really, really bad lately. Probably my ADHD. Like the other morning, I walked outside and I had no memory of the grass being cut the day before that evening. I mean, it was like later on that day, and it was scary. I was like, I walked outside and I was like, the grass is cut. I have no memory of this. Hey, preschool granny. So I think it's my ADHD. I go a mile a minute. I'm about killing my legs, where my legs messed up, where I stay on my feet all the time. The only time I sit down is usually when I do my live stream or when I do my makeup. The rest of the time, I'm always up till I go lay down. If I lay on the couch, I'll fall asleep. So this is her husband. I'm digressing. Husband files for divorce days after wife admits she lied about kidnapping. When was this put out? April 22nd, 2022. So back in the spring. The husband of the so-called supermom, Sherri Papini, has started divorce proceedings following her confession of faking her own kidnapping in 2016. According to the Sacramento Bee, Keith Papini filed, I think I'm saying their name right, filed for divorce Wednesday at the Shasta County Superior Court in California. Court documents reportedly indicate that Keith is seeking a dissolution, I guess they say that, with minor children. So he wants, does that mean he wants a divorce and he wants the kids, right? Now that I have learned the truth as reflected in the plea agreement that she has made with the U.S. Attorney's Office in Sacramento, I must act decisively to protect my children from the trauma caused by their mother and bring stability and calm to their lives, Keith wrote in the affidavit. Yeah. Both I and especially our children were traumatized by her disappearance, and I spent much time and money trying to find my wife. Sherri Papini, 39, appeared. Okay, we don't need to know that. We know she's appeared in front of the judge, took a plea agreement, and now she's trying to get out of the freaking sentencing. Crybaby candy ass. She wants to pull off a big hoax like this and then get paid for it by the state like she's some big freaking victim, and now she don't want to do the time. Hey, Sherri, do the crime, do the time, woman. I'm in a bad mood this morning, y'all. I had to climb underneath the mobile home and get my freaking cat. I'll tell you about it at the end of here. Okay. She released a statement through her attorney saying she's deeply ashamed of myself for my behavior. So sorry for the pain I've caused my family and friends. Yeah, she's only deeply ashamed of herself because the truth came out. She wasn't ashamed of herself when she was collecting that 30K, was she? Victims' compensation. Blaming two Hispanic women. She even gave descriptions. I'd love to see the composite sketches they came up with. It's probably like in the Susan Smith case, she couldn't give a good composite of the person that allegedly hijacked her car because no one did, you know. Why did she pick Hispanic people to blame for? I mean, why didn't she say two white men? Why Hispanic women? That's weird to me. Okay, so there they are with their kids. See, they look like, from the outside, it looks like, oh, what a nice family. They live in a well-to-do neighborhood and all this. And really, the mom's a weirdo. It takes a real weirdo to pull off a hoax like this. This reminds me of another case, and I cannot remember the name, but just with the details I'll give y'all can find out who it is, I guess, if you looked it up. But this woman, I believe it was in Florida, she faked her own kidnapping too. But here's what happened. She met this guy online and decided to hook up with him. And her family had money and stuff. Her husband was pretty well off. They lived in a fancy neighborhood. Anyway, she decided to meet this guy at the motel. Okay, she stayed there with him all weekend, in the sack with him, lovey-doving it up. Okay, even went out and got them chicken and stuff. Anyways, when the weekend was over, during the weekend, she made a phone call, is what it was. When she was in that motel with him, she made a phone call to her family and said she'd been kidnapped. Then after the weekend was over, that guy had to go to work and stuff. He had to check out of the motel. She showed up walking somewhere like the kidnappers had released her or something. But it turns out she was never kidnapped. That guy did not kidnap her. She went on her own free will to meet up with that guy. You should have saw him in the interview room. It showed bits and pieces of that. You could tell he was like totally shocked that he was being accused of kidnapping this woman that he had met freaking online and jumped in the sack with, a married woman. And I believe she used her cell phone or something to call her mom and say that she had been kidnapped. The doctors wanted money and all this and that. I think she might have called like her husband too, and then the phone was turned off. That's how it went down. But anyways, she was busted because, there was cameras, her walking into the motel with that guy and checking in and everything. She left a digital footprint, meeting him online and everything. People are so freaking Great news, Donald. She may still be like, hey, good morning, Donald. Did you know they reopened the Natalie Holloway case? They now believe that she was sold in sex trade. Her father was given produced pictures, etc. a few months ago. Now the case is reopened. Remember that one little son of a bitch that was involved with that case, that American? I believe he lived in Florida or something. I think he was on that documentary that her dad done. And he said something about he moved some bones for that other weirdo guy that's in prison over there. Anyways, he got his karma. Somebody stabbed him. He's dead. Y'all remember that? What was that guy's name? I can't remember nobody's name. Hey, Broken Justice. Okay, hold on a minute. Great news. I'm trying to catch my chat up here. She may still be alive. She may. Just think what she's went through all these years if she was sold into the sex trade. Oh my gosh. I hope she's alive, but I mean, if that was me and somebody sold me into the sex trade, I'd rather be dead than have them son of a bitches touching me. I mean, really. Okay. What else are we going to talk about? So we'll just have to see what she gets sentenced today. I believe the judge is going to give her the full sentence. She deserves it. That's all I got to say about it. She shouldn't have pulled a hoax. I can't help it about her embarrassment, her public embarrassment. She brought that on herself. I don't got no sympathy for her. I got a big heart, but not when it comes to stuff like this. People pulling hoaxes like that, police out looking for them, spending all that time, and they could be really looking for a missing child. Somebody else, another missing person. I noticed there's a mom missing, guys, and I want to take a look at it. I saw it the other day. I don't know if anyone's talking about it on YouTube or not. I've quit watching these true crime channels. They just get on my nerves. Unless it's like, a good true crime channel. Let me see. Where is that missing mom? Oh, there's also a guy in the news that amputated his leg in front of his little child. Did you not? Let me see this right here. Then here's one. Female doctor accused of poisoning husband with Drano faces him in court. And they must have cameras in their house because here's a picture of her in the kitchen with a bottle of Drano. But I wanted to see about that missing mom. See if I can find it, guys. I've saw it like 2 or 3 times and not clicked on it. I think I'm passing it up. Maybe I'll find it in a minute. We'll go click on something else. I don't even know her name to look it up. Yeah, I want to see somebody mean. I'll come across that article in a second, probably. I want to show y'all this woman's face if y'all want to see the face of freaking evil. This is the meanest looking mugshot I have ever seen in my life, y'all. Hey, Callie. Or is it Callie? Kaylee. People are crazier than ever. God help us. Oh, girl, you ain't seen nothing yet. You've seen true crime news this morning. I'm like scrolling through it and I was like, oh my gosh, there's like so many articles that I want to share with everybody and read. I want you to look at this woman. You want to know what she did? Probably be a big ad pop up in a minute. She stabbed her roommates. She thought they were dead. So she went shopping and one of them called the police. I guess after she left. I just glanced at it this morning. Florida woman stabs roommates, goes shopping thinking they're both dead. I want you to look at that mugshot. Have you ever seen anything meaner and evil? I mean, this has got Charles Manson's mugshot beat, honey. This right here's face of evil. Of course, I believe he was evil too. A Florida woman arrested on Friday after she allegedly stabbed her 2 roommates and went shopping. Marion County Sheriff's deputies were called just after 8 a.m. Friday by a man who said he'd been stabbed. When deputies arrived, they found 2 stabbing victims, one of whom told them that Christina Adams, 30, had stabbed them and fled the scene. Deputies located Adams driving nearby and took her into custody. Initially, she denied any involvement in the incident, but later said she was angry because her roommates had asked her to leave the home they shared with her. She said she grabbed a large knife and attacked the roommates, stabbing them multiple times. Adams said she believed she had killed them and tried to destroy evidence. When she was done, she changed clothes and went shopping. Deputies found her as she was driving back towards the crime scene. I mean, I wouldn't let her roommate with me, would y'all? Of course, she probably don't look that angry all the time, but God almighty, she looks like a freaking weirdo to me. Okay, the senseless act of violence are shocking to all of us, Marion County Sheriff Billy Wood said. I'm very proud of my deputies and detectives that worked so quickly to not only provide aid to the victims, but also to capture such an evil person and ensure that our streets are safe. There was no update on the victim's conditions, but Adam was charged with 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. She was ordered held with no bond. Well, Um, those charges will change if one of them passes away, but it looks like it's a good chance, thank God, um, that they're both going to survive. What was she going to do? Just go on, continue living there with the dead bodies in there? She damn sure wasn't going to report it. She went shopping. She was on her way back home. She probably was planning on what she was going to do with the bodies, how to move them and stuff on her way back home before they cuffed and stuffed her. I'm telling you, these people's crazy. You just don't never know. Callie, you were right. Oh, my brother used to have a pit bull named. Sorry, girl. It's a beautiful name. It's cute. I love it. Okay. I forgot to talk about the Fiji stuff. The Tennessee guy that allegedly murdered his new bride in Fiji while they were on their honeymoon. So I guess some of his friends is trying to come to his rescue and get him bailed out of that Fiji jail, but that Fiji judge is not going to go for it at all. What's his name? Bradley Dawson. He killed his wife, Christie Chen, Christie Dawson. She was a pharmacist at Memphis Kroger store, one of the Kroger stores. She was so excited to get married and go on her honeymoon, have her wedding, go on her honeymoon. They had just bought a house in a nice little suburb, a little small house it looked like. Maybe it was big, I don't know. Fiji judge rejects 3 bail sponsors for a Tennessee man accused of brutally beating his wife to death on their honeymoon this summer, sending Bradley Dawson back to his cell with no bail. One of the sureties who wrote to the court in support of bail for Dawson, hold on a minute, was out on bail himself on sexual assault charges. Lord have mercy. He's got some real good friends there, real winners. It is the opinion of the court that it is highly unsatisfactory for the applicant to be residing with a person who has been charged with serious offenses before this court in the event of being granted bail. That's what the judge wrote in an order dismissing Dawson's bail application. The sureties or character witness who provide the person out on bail with a place to live pending trial. So this must be someone from Fiji. Okay, Dawson has pleaded not guilty in the death of Christie Chen, who was found dead in the couple's bungalow at an exclusive resort after they were seen arguing during a party the night before. Dawson was later found on another island carrying $1,000 cash in his wallet, his passport, driver's license, and credit cards belonging to both himself and his wife. Christie Chen was Memphis pharmacist, while Bradley worked in IT at youth villages, actually. Hamza rejected the 2 other sureties because they failed to explain adequately how they knew Dawson despite claiming to be family friends. The judge also noted that detectives had provided strong circumstantial evidence that Dawson could be a flight risk. It seems like to me somebody is trying to pay the locals to act like they know Bradley Dawson, their family friends, to get him bailed out. Because you got to be there. You got to have to bond someone out over there. You got to have a place to live there on the island. Can't be in America. Dawson reportedly confessed to detectives that he killed his wife, but refused to sign documents certifying that after he obtained an attorney. The attorney, something other, wants the unsigned statements thrown out, and a hearing on the matter is scheduled for September 26th. So he admitted to it. So they were seen at a party. He was probably drinking, and I guess he started beating on her. I think she died from blunt force trauma. I think I read that one day. She had blunt force trauma, and she had the hell beat out of her. I wonder if he was ever violent with her before. Because I guess it can happen, but I find it hard to believe like he just like snapped on her for the first time then. I find that hard to believe. There had to have been red flags. He had to have been abusive. I mean, it's possible. It could have been a one-time thing and he snapped on her and killed her, but I'd say he was abusive. Any criminal suspected of hurting someone for them. No one suspected of murder should ever get bail. I don't think they should either. I don't think they should either. It's like the Marie Healy case. She was accused of murder. They let her out on bail. And she fled to another state. Got married to a guy, had a new identity. They finally caught up with her, of course. But they let her out on bail. So stupid. Of course, that was like back in what? 70s or 80s? Marie Healy, she poisoned her own daughter. Like she poisoned her husband. Quite a few more people. I think she even poisoned the local police, like when they would stop by. I think I read that the other day. She'd offer them cookies or things like that, and it had poison in it. Rat poison. Of course, they would get sick. Some of them would get sick, but they wouldn't think nothing about it. They'd think they're just getting a stomach bug. Marie Healy, she was a real crazy one, too. A lot crazier than Blanche Taylor Moore. Which she killed quite a few people, too. Anyways, I don't see what happens with this case in Fiji. Every time I read about it, I think about Sarm Heslop. There's been no updates in her case. She disappeared from the Caribbean on a yacht that was moored 100 feet from shore with another boat, another yacht moored not far away. Boyfriend says he wakes up and she's just gone off the catamaran. I don't buy that for 1 minute. What happened was he killed her on that catamaran somehow because he has a history of domestic violence anyways. He killed her and then he took the dinghy boat and he took her body somewhere. I don't think he took it out to sea. I think he took it to one of those deserted islands or something that's around. It's not inhabited there. And buried her somewhere. That's what I think he done with her. Betty Jo, then you don't want to live in Illinois. They changed their laws. A murder can now run the streets until their court date. Hey, Betty Jo, that is crazy. I'm glad I don't live there. If you do murder or something around here, you're not getting no bail. Or they set it so high they know you can never meet it. You know, that's the way it is around here. Hell, around here, you can go up to the magistrate's office. I could go up there right now and say, so-and-so hit me. Unless they've changed it. Years ago, you could go up there and they just swear out a warrant. On your word. You just have to write out a paper. And they go arrest that person. And, that person could be innocent. I don't think that's right. I don't think it's right at all. You didn't have to show any proof. Either. You could just say, so-and-so slapped me, and they'll swear out a damn warrant. I kid you not. Okay, I want to show y'all this weirdo. I saw the title this morning, and I glanced at it. This dad amputated his own leg in front of his 5-year-old daughter. Okay, and the mom flees the house and leaves the kid behind. Boy, she's a real winner. She's a real winner. A normal person would be trying to get their kid out of the house. I mean, if they could. The mother told detectives she fled the house to a friend's, leaving the little girl behind because her husband had been acting oddly all day. Well, why didn't you take the kid with you if he was acting oddly? Okay, this happened in Arkansas. Couple was arrested last week on charges of endangering the welfare of a minor after the wife fled the house because she was afraid of her husband, who subsequently cut his own leg in front of their daughter. The incident took place on August 2nd, according to a probable cause affidavit. A Boone County deputy arrived at the scene to find Shannon Cox, 48, naked and lying in front of his home with a portion of his leg missing. Cox was taken to Cox Medical Center South in Springfield by air ambulance, while sheriff's officer investigators studied the scene. He followed blood splatter on the floor, which led to a chop saw with blood on the blade and more spatter on the wall. The detached limb was on top of the saw. Good Lord. Outside the home, the investigator saw a vehicle with the hood up. A 20-pound propane cylinder was lying on the battery. A rear passenger window was broken, and ashes were inside the vehicle. What was he trying to do? Blow it up? Deputies found Cox's 5-year-old daughter on the scene, who had witnessed her father using the chop saw to cut off his leg. Sandy Cox, the girl's mother, was not at the home, but investigators later contacted her and asked her to come in for an interview. When she did, she told detectives that her husband had been exhibiting odd behavior for the entire day, according to the affidavit. What was he doing? Smoking meth or something? He told her he was Jesus Christ, she said, and said she needed to get right with the Lord. Later, his behavior turned more violent, and he reportedly said he was Satan and threatened to twist her head off. At that point, she fled to a friend's home, telling the detectives she feared her husband would kill her. The detectives asked her why she left her daughter behind. She told them she was more concerned about what her husband would do to her than what he would do to their daughter. What? She was more concerned that he would hurt her over her daughter? Is that what she's saying? The Coxes were released on $10,000 bond each. KARK said the judge ordered Chen and Cox to have no contact with his wife or daughter. Both are due back in court in October. Well, I hope like hell the daughter was took from her, because that's ridiculous. I mean, I don't even think she called the cops. Let's see. Maybe she did. Maybe she did go call the cops on him. I don't know who called the cops. But why didn't she take her daughter? So the cops must have thought, she should have took her daughter with her too, just like I'm thinking. That's why she's been charged with this. I got no sympathy for her. They've probably been smoking meth or something. I hope they never get their kid back and she gets a good, loving home. I mean, just imagine being 5 years old and your dad's out there with a freaking saw, sawing his leg off. Blood's going every freaking where, and he's probably screaming in pain. Horrendous pain. Just think about that, what she saw. Sick mofos. Sick mother cluckers. The mom, too. She was just worried about her own ass. I'm just going to say it, because this is how I'm feeling. She was just worried about her own tail getting hurt. She left her 5-year-old daughter with somebody that's obviously hallucinating. Now, he could not be this day and time. Most people are. You read about in the true crime section, a lot of these weirdos are. Look at this one. Video. Axeman terrorizes New York McDonald's. Released without bail. Look at, he's got to be out. I have prayers for that little girl. The little girl that we just talked about that witnessed that dad saw off his own leg. Freaking weirdo. Prayers for her. I mean, just imagine what that did to her little mind, how terrifying that was to see that. Them two people should be ashamed of themselves. Well, did he get his legs sewed back on? I doubt it. Said it was laying on top of the freaking saw. Crazy. Let's see what this guy did. Axeman terrorized New York McDonald's, released without bail. New York City McDonald's early Friday morning, terrifying customers with a hatchet, causing plenty of property damage before he grabbed his bicycle and left the establishment. Michael something other I can't say his name, 31, is charged with criminal mischief, 3 counts of menacing, 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon, released without bail. No one was injured in the incident, as the man targeted a glass wall and tables with his hatchet. Let's take his head down. A video of the incident showed him in some kind of dispute with 3 men inside McDonald's. The 3 knocked him around, punching him even while he stood still and didn't respond. And probably got some kind of bad mental illness then. Where is the video? Let's click this and say. I couldn't say his name. Palacios or something. Let's see if it'll pull it up. Hold on, let me go back. Sometimes it might not load up on the Chromebook. I wanted to see the damn video. I wonder if I go to the New York Post if I can see it. It says the Post tried to speak with Palacios or something, but he declined and pointed them to his Instagram account where he said he had posted about the incident. Well, they just let a lunatic out on bail. I can't get the video, guys. I wanted to watch that. Stupid Chromebook. I can't wait to get a laptop. Anyway, y'all be careful out there. There's weirdos everywhere. Let's see what else is going on. I'm not going to read about any little kids this morning. No bail. Oh, no, I read that. Kentucky court suspends Commonwealth attorney for allegedly trading legal favors. What legal favors? Hold on a minute. I scrolled. Commonwealth attorney for allegedly trading legal favors for sexual favors. Okay. Can you believe that? It's the Commonwealth attorney suspended. Oh, well. Ever who he was doing favors for must have told on him. There he is. Let me screen share. A man in California decapitated his girlfriend in the middle of the darn street in front of a bunch of witnesses. Oh, my gosh, Kelly. Do y'all remember that story where that man made that woman decapitate her ex-boyfriend? Yeah, there's no way. They'd have to kill me. It was with a sword. Oh, my gosh. And I bet nobody done anything. I'm about done talking about these weirdos this morning. Oh, that one amputating his damn leg, that got me. And just thinking about what that little 5-year-old witnessed. I mean, that had to be, gosh, bad. Let's see. So he's temporarily suspended. Ronnie Goldie for allegedly promising a defendant favors in court in exchange for nude images. Well. What a creep. Wonder how many times he's done this and not got caught. It says, first disclosed in July, the 230 pages of Facebook messages between Goldie, the Commonwealth attorney for Bath, a Menifee or something, Montgomery, Rowan counties, and Misty Helton, who testified at a bar inquiry commission, that the messages were valid and that she and Goldie had sexual relations. Goldie testified at a hearing on September 8th that he didn't recall any of the messages, but he didn't deny exchanging messages with her. Helton also testified she provided images of herself to the prosecutor in exchange for him withdrawing warrants and securing continuances on cases. She said the mutually beneficial arrangement lasted for 7 years. Wow. What is she, somebody gets in trouble all the time? A petition to temporarily ban Goldie from practicing law was filed on July 14th and said he abused the trust of the public and brought the legal system into disrepute. Let's see. The Supreme Court accepted the hearing officer's recommendation, but noted that it could not remove Goldie from its position because it is an elected post. He can only be removed by impeachment from the General Assembly. Goldie could also be permanently disbarred. The Courier-Journal said that neither Goldie nor his attorney responded to requests about whether he intends to leave office voluntarily. Goldie denies trading legal favors for sexual favors. Well, he better hope that they don't have any messages of him saying anything like that in those Facebook messages. I guaranteed that he did. I guaranteed that he did. She said they had a relationship for 7 years. Of course, she could be lying, but she had messages. Evidently, he talked to her. If they can prove that's his Facebook account, you know, you can make a Facebook account with anybody's picture on it and say you're that person. Shay says, geez, I know it, guys. I know it. It's enough true crime this morning, y'all. Oh, I got to get in a better mood. I've been irritated. I had to go underneath the house and get Zoe. Y'all remember yesterday on my live stream, I said Cleo lifted up that vent? Well, I didn't know it. But Zoe was down in there. I kept looking for her and couldn't find her. And, you know, Mark's like, well, Cleo was messing with that vent because we don't have a heat pump hooked up. When we bought this, they took the heat pump. You know, I got AC windows and I got other nice heaters for winter. But anyways, so that vent wasn't screwed down in the kitchen because I put it down and I didn't screw it down. Anyways, Cleo had lifted that up and Zoe had went down and went underneath the house and I had to go get her. She didn't want to come to me at first. You know, she's still getting used to life around here. She was feral, born, no human contact. Anyways, I got some food in here because she comes sneaking up and I got her and brought her back in. Oh my goodness. So Cleo is into everything. Yesterday evening, she was wore out. She had been in so much mischief. I mean, it's not really mean mischief. She just gets into things. She lifted that freaking vent up. I noticed she kept going back over to that vent when I would put the thing back over it. And Zoe had went down through there. Well, when I opened up underneath the house, got down with my flashlight, I could see Zoe like trying to reach up and go back through the vent hole. I knew that's what she was doing. And you could tell she was panicked out, but I got her. Thank God. I wasn't giving up till I brought my cat back out. So I had to fix that. So that can't happen anymore. I couldn't believe it. That's what sucks about mobile homes. Go down through the vent. The cats can go down through the vent. I don't know how they did it. But I wasn't too surprised though when I got to thinking about it because Zoe, the first time I ever seen her, she was inside this empty mobile home. She was a little bitty kitten. I heard something one day when I was outside, went and looked through the window. I heard something fall inside that trailer. And there she was. So I guess she was reliving her little kitten days. Anyhow, what y'all's plans today? I'm going to get some laundry done. I'm going to finish putting up my Halloween decorations. So I put up that black tablecloth. And then I'm going to put up that middle piece with the pumpkin that lights up, that door thing. Then I'm going to do the rest of my decorations. But I still got to get 2 more sets of lights. Because my purple ones don't work. I've only got the orange set. So I need like a couple more. I'm going to try to get that spider light set. And maybe put in the middle where the pumpkin door thing will be. If I had have known it, I just found out yesterday that you can order backdrops. Halloween backdrops, Christmas backdrops. Use them for your YouTubing or to take family pictures and stuff. And they're not that much. They're like $14.99. Some of them's a little bit more. It's according to what the scene is. But that would be such a good way to take like holiday pictures for families. Just order those backdrops. Pretty good size. It's just the same thing that they would use if you went to get your picture made at a studio. My whole darn bed is covered with my laundry. Started folding it all up. It's raining here. So house been. Oh, really? It's not raining here. But it's been fall weather. I had a pajama short set on. I put on last night after I got out of the shower. This morning when I woke up, I was cold. I got straight up and put my sloth pajamas on. They look like I've been in jail. They're black and white striped. It's been cold here. Farmer's Almanac says that we're going to have a bad winter. I always go by the Farmer's Almanac. They're usually right. I'm just now seeing my squirrels, y'all. They're out there gathering acorns. I'd wondered where they had been because they hadn't been coming to the house and eating. They're getting ready for winter, I guess. Anyways, I'm going to do laundry. I'll straighten up my son's room for him. I should make him do it himself, but I do it for him. He's a good kid. If I asked him to do it, he would do it. I baby him. He's a mama's boy. He really is. He's going to make somebody a good husband one day. He'll just come up and hug me out of the blue. He's a little gentleman. Yeah, I got to get some laundry done. Get some eggs out of the coop. Last time I went over and got eggs out of the coop, that white hen was pissed. People act like it don't bother hens when they take their eggs. Bull crap. So I lock them underneath that trampoline run because that rooster will murder me. And I go in and get the eggs, right? Then I open back, after I get the eggs and go out, I open back up the door so they can come back in the main lot. And that white hen, Shirley, she went straight into the coop. And she was making the awfulest racket. She was bitching at me. She was mad her eggs was gone. I cleaned my son's room too, yeah. They're not going to do it right anyways. Might as well do it. They're only little ones. He's 15, so I'll clean his room. But like I said, if I ask him to straighten it up, he will. He helps me put the sheets on and everything. He'll be like, Mom, if you want me to do anything, just let me know. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? I'd give you a late slip, but I closed my live chat. Let me see if I can pull it back up. I'll get it on my phone. Stupid StreamYards. I will not pay StreamYards. I used to upgrade to where I could have like the back screens and all that. I am not upgrading it till they put the damn live chat on here. What's the point of having the top chat? I mean, that is so dumb, I think. Because with that top chat, some people's comments, you don't see them. It's so weird. Oh, good, Cheryl. Good. I'm just having some coffee. It's actually my last cup because I'm out. I got to go to the store and get some. I think I've been drinking too much coffee, though, because I got a headache. Stress. I was too stressed out about my cat being underneath the house. Oh, my God. If it had been Cleo, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Cleo's at my butt all the time. She'd have come running to me. But it was Zoe, and it took me about 30 minutes to get her to come to me. Even with a can of food. Yeah. So, anyways, fix that problem. She cannot not get out of this house because I'll have a hard time catching her. I'm wanting to get like a cattery thing for like the outside they can hang out in. I made my daughter clean her own room so that she would know how to do it when she left college. Yeah, good point. Good point. I tell Timothy all the time he needs to learn how to cook and stuff, but he can. If I would let him, he can. He'll fix his own sandwiches and get his own drinks, but I am bad to carry his food to him, carry his drinks to him. I ask him what he wants to wear. I get out his clothes for him, and I ask him what he wants to wear. I try to help him pick it out. Y'all, he just wants to wear sweatshirts all the freaking time. Hoodies, hoodies, hoodies. I'm getting ready to order him 2 new ones from Amazon Champions. Hey, I found 2 Champion sweatshirts. Like, one was $21 and something, one was $20. Just certain colors was that price, though. One was like a sky blue. It's real pretty. And one's black. Because that's all he wants to wear. He's like, I can wear the same hoodie every day. He's got different hoodies, y'all. Y'all know, my mom, she's running him. She buys him everything. He's got all kinds of clothes, but he wants to wear the same hoodie over and over. And I was like, no, that's not happening here, son. People will think that you've only got one hoodie. I won't let him wear the same hoodie the next day. He tries it. It's not happening. We're going to be fresh and clean. He laughs at me. Oh, anyways, I got to get busy, guys. Oh, CC, you have to let him do a little more, sweet friend. He isn't a baby anymore. You're just too sweet. I love how much you love him. I know, Cheryl. I know. See, I do let him go up the road to his friend's house. There's 3 of them that hangs out that's good friends. Mark actually went to school with that little boy's dad, so I do let him go up there. But my mom, she's worse than me. She won't let him go anywhere. She not only does everything for him, but she won't let him go anywhere. And you can't do that. When kids are 15, there's nothing wrong with them going to their friend's house as long as it's a good environment. And these people have a nice house and they're good people. They work, take care of their kids, got dogs, love their dogs and all that. So I let him go up there and hang out. And then sometimes he spends the night. And then he comes home next morning. But I was married when I was 3 years older than he is. Oh my gosh. I know. I got married when I was 18 too. He's not doing it to me. I was thinking this morning, guys, I think the craziest things sometimes, they just pop in my head. But I was thinking this morning because I was watching something on TV. I was like, what if he gets a girlfriend or a wife and she keeps him away from me? I was watching something on the ID channel, and that was happening with this girl and her mom. This girl met this guy, and he took an isolator. But a lot of times, these women, they don't like their mother-in-laws too good. But I was thinking, oh my gosh, what if he gets one of them hateful women, and she won't let him come around me? I'll die. I don't think he would ever put up with that. His personality, he's pretty straight up. If you do him wrong, he's done. He's just like me. He's like, I'm not giving them second chances. Do it to me again. He's funny. I would love to have him on a live stream and hang out and chat with y'all and show y'all his pretty curls on top of his head. But these damn weirdos, somebody would say something and I would go freaking off. Somebody leave a comment about him, so we can't do it. It'd be funny. He's been on one of my live streams before. It's on private, but it'd be fun to do a game night or something with him. But we could do one and him not be on camera and just be beside of me talking, I guess. I don't know if you can do that on YouTube, but we could do like a members only or something. Me and him, we cut up a lot. It would be a fun live stream. It really would. We have a good time. I'm always joking, going on with him. I love it when he's got his window raised and I walk outside and it don't have a screen in it. And I stick my hand through there and grab him. It scares him to death. Yeah, we could do members only hibiscus. That's what I'm thinking. And see, there is a way that I can fix it where when we do the member streams, you have to be a member to view it. You can do that. I never do it because I always think, well, if we do it publicly, maybe somebody wants to join or something. But yeah, we could do it privately and have like some kind of game night or something. We've got this one little card game. It's got like a Sasquatch on it. And what you do is you have a couple of different players and you pick the cards and it's got like you have to remember what the word is on the card. But the word is not really a word. It may be like CHA, and the other card may be, I don't know, like booger or something like that on it. And you got to remember. I just have to show y'all. I can't really explain the game. Let me see if I've got it sitting here. If I've got it sitting. I got it from Ollie's a few years ago. It used to be sitting right here. But I think I may have it on my makeup shelf. Anyways, the next time I'm on camera and stuff, I'll show y'all that. I'll dig it out. But it's fun. I mean, we could play that or trivia. See, you can't play like 80s or 90s trivia with him. He wouldn't know what you was talking about, I don't think. You could always delete the live afterward. Yeah, you could. Yeah, turn comments off or just put it on members only or something like that. Or, yeah, delete it. See, I don't know if you're supposed to have minors on your live stream. I'll have to look into it because it seems like to me you're not supposed to. So, I have before. One time, I had him on a live stream and he said something about somebody I watch or used to watch. And I had to put the live stream on private because of what he said. Somebody had gave somebody else a nickname and Timothy said it out on that live stream because he heard me watching a live stream. It was so funny, but I was like, oh my God. I was sitting there elbowing him. Like, be quiet. People was laughing in the chat because I was elbowing him like, shh, be quiet. There are a lot of family blog channels that have kids on it. Yeah. You're allowed to have them on live streams on YouTube anyway. Oh, really? Well, yeah, we may do that. If he'll do it with me. He may not want to be on camera. I don't know. But if I ask him to, he'll probably do it for me. Anything I ask him, he usually does. If he don't want to be on camera, we won't be on camera, but I think it would be fun. Because we have a good time together. Even when we walk to the bus stop. I was talking to deer this morning, a big old doe, big old white tail. I was like, I said, Timothy, look at that big old white tail. And he died laughing. Oh, goodness. Well, guys, I want to get off here and get some things done. Fool with the animals. Go see where Zoe's at. Make sure she's not escaped. I need to find out where her hiding space is in the bedroom. She goes back there in the master bedroom and hides. And I need to find her hiding space. Or it says she goes and hides to get away from Cleo. It's not true, is it, Cleo? Cleo's laying on my heating pad. Is he on TikTok? He watches TikTok. He has a TikTok account, but he doesn't put up videos. Well, guys, I just lit up a cigarette, so let me step outside and say goodbye to you all. Sometimes I forget Cleo's here when I'm live streaming. I smoke outside, though, because of her, because she's got freaking asthma or something. It's good to smoke outside anyways. Yeah, he has that TikTok hibiscus, but he just watches videos and stuff. I got a cute little fella. He's cute with his little curly hair on top. It's longer on top and short around the sides and back, kind of that hairstyle. Dirty blonde hair. He's got the prettiest curls, but it's getting to look like Bob Ross again. So I'm going to have to take him and get it cut a little bit. He don't like it real short on top. But he's got freaking curly. He's got real pretty curls. He's got curly hair, and when it starts getting longer, it looks like Bob Ross. If you don't put hair gel on it, and he's like, I don't like how it feels. But guess what? He gets hair gel put on his head anyway. People will be talking about us, Timothy. You get bushy hair like that. Think we won't take you to get a haircut. Kids, y'all. Well, guys, it's been fun. I'm going to get off here. Oh, yeah, I've been doing some research on Jeffrey McDonald, more research, because I'm going to do that live stream. Donald asked me a long time ago, Donald that comes in chat, to do Jeffrey McDonald because he's sick in prison right now. He's sick. He's probably going to die anytime. So we're going to do that case. We may actually do that tomorrow. I've been getting some pictures ready and stuff. If I can, we'll do it tomorrow. It's going to be one day this week, definitely, though, because I've been wanting to do it. Anyways, y'all have a great day. Be safe, be kind, and peace. Watch out for the damn weirdos. We're going to have to get some weirdo merch. No weirdos allowed merch.